tried and true. That's the beauty of us. There's something that's to be said about the depth of our trust, and we're still here.
So it's that time of the year for Kai's birthday. He turned 7 this year, and I was having a little party at a jumping park. And basically I just rented out a party room, and I needed to make some very easy, lightweight decorations so that I can just pick it up and drop it into the room without any setup time. So I purchased this stand on Amazon. It is a stand that you use for like styrofoam backdrops, and I'm showing you how the bars are adjustable to the size of your backdrop. This poster I had made is 3 feet tall by 2 feet wide. And I just purchased some foam board from Hobby Lobby and got some spray glue and attached the poster board to the foam board and cut the excess foam off. So this is what it looks like from the front to the back. And I will leave the link to this backdrop stand in the description box below this video. I also made another cutout. I specifically designed this to make it look like my son was riding in a Gravedigger monster truck, since he loves monster trucks so much. And I just purchased some Velcro and used it to attach it to my centerpiece stand that I purchased from eFavorMart. And I'll leave the link to that centerpiece stand in the description box below this video. So now I'm going to do the usual, blow up 2 balloons at a time. Those are 12-inch black balloons, underinflate them, and then tie them together into dupes. Now when I underinflate my balloons, I underinflate them by about a couple of inches. I do this to round the balloons out and to give them more flexibility so they're less likely to pop. That is an 18-inch balloon that I'm underinflating to about 16 inches, and I'm going to tie that to an underinflated 11-inch balloon. So now what I'm going to do is twist together 3 dupes of balloons. So I'm going to double twist them together. So that's 3 dupes or 6 balloons total per cluster. And I'm doing this to all of the colors. So now I'm going to take my 260 balloon and I'm going to tie the ends of them together to make a rubber band. Now these are the long stretchy balloons that you make balloon animals out of. For those of you who are going to ask in the comment section, I always get 1 or 2 people asking, what are the long black stretchy things you use to connect the balloons together? And I literally tell you in the video. So basically what I'm doing is taking that 260, making it into a rubber band and using that to connect my clusters together. So I'm going to show you again. I'm going to take the 260, tie the ends together to make a rubber band. Wrap that 260 around a couple balloons in one cluster, then get another cluster and wrap that same 260 around 2 to 3 balloons in that new cluster to attach my clusters together. And you keep doing this until you get your balloon garland to the desired length that you want it. So right now I have 8 clusters of 6 balloons or 48 balloons total. So now I'm going to attach my balloon garland to my backdrop stand using a 260 balloon. I'm going to tie one end of the 260 around a couple balloons and the balloon garland at the point that I want to attach it. Then I'm going to take the other end, wrap it around the pole of the backdrop. Then I'm going to rewrap it around a balloon in the balloon garland and then tie the 260 into itself. So I want the first 3 clusters of the garland to wrap around the front so that it covers up the stand a little bit, since you can see the gap between the poster board and the floor. And then I'm going to take the rest of the balloon garland and wrap it behind my poster board. Then I'm going to tie my balloon garland to the poles in the back of the stand. So you see me tying it right there with the lime green balloons at the very top. And then I'm also going to tie further down where you see the purple clusters at. You want to make sure that you get your balloon garland nice and secure at least 3 to 4 points on this backdrop stand. Now I'm going to add a few more clusters to beef it up using that 260. Just wrap it around a couple balloons in that cluster and then wrap that 260 around a couple balloons in the pre-existing balloon garland. So I'm just trying to fill it up a little bit at the bottom, spread it out a bit. Then I'm going to add a smaller cluster of 4 black balloons at the very top of the garland to make it extend out some more at the top. And then I'm going to add a small little cluster of 4 lime green balloons at that top left so that you can really see the lime green come out from the side, because you can't really see the lime green that well. So now I'm going to be making some smaller clusters with my 5-inch decorators. So you see me putting the 5-inch nozzles on now, and I'm just going to blow up 2 balloons at a time, and I'm going to underinflate those balloons to maybe about 3 inches and then tie them together into dupes. Then I'm going to take 2 dupes and I'm going to twist those together to make a small cluster of 4 balloons. And that's how I'm making my 5-inch decorators. They're going to be in clusters of 4. That's how I usually do. You can experiment with the sizes if you want. Just do whatever's right for you. Then I'm going to take a half of a 260 and tie it around my 5-inch cluster. And I'm going to attach it by wrapping that half of a 260 around one balloon in the balloon garland and then tying that 260 into itself. So I'm going to attach those clusters at a rate of 1 smaller 5-inch cluster to 1 larger cluster. So after I finish doing all of this, I'm going to unattach this balloon garland from the backdrop stand. I'm just going to untie those 260s that are tied to the stand. And when I put this into my van, I'm going to transport them separately. So the poster board will still be attached to the stand, but the balloon garland will not. And then I just reassembled it at the location, as you can see. And of course, Kai loved the decorations and he had the best time with his friends and family at the jumping park. So if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, go ahead on and like it, and please subscribe and you'll get notifications on future videos on balloon and event decor. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Happy birthday, Kai!